Have you ever paused to consider the sheer amount of confidence you place in the most ordinary things
Mm.
every single day?
Mm.
Think about it. You step into a dark room, reach out, flip a light switch,
No.
and, well, what happens?
Light. Instantly.
Right, light.
Mm.
You don't stand there hoping, you don't offer a silent plea to the electrical grid. You just expect it.
Yeah, complete certainty.
Or maybe you're craving lunch, you open an app, tap a few buttons, and you just know the burrito's going to arrive at your door.
You don't really question the delivery process.
Exactly. So here's the core question for this deep dive.
Hmm.
What if these seemingly mundane, everyday acts of unwavering confidence are actually powerful examples of what the material you've shared calls faith in action?
Okay.
And perhaps even more importantly, what if we could consciously apply that same expectation, that same quiet certainty to our biggest, most daunting life challenges?
That's a profound question, and it's precisely what we're here to unpack today. In the fascinating source you shared, the argument isn't that faith is some, abstract spiritual concept.
Right.
Instead, it's presented as a practical, observable force you're already deploying constantly.
Okay, so faith in action.
Mm.
What does that mean here exactly?
Well, to be clear, in this context, it means a confident expectation that a specific desired outcome will manifest. Based on taking aligned steps, even when the underlying processes are unseen. It's a trust in predictable principles, not blind hope. We'll be breaking down its core ideas, showing you how you're already practicing these principles, and revealing how they can transform everything from your job hunt to your biggest dreams, just as your material suggests.
Okay, let's dive into the first big idea the source introduces, what it calls the universal light switch. It's such a simple yet potent image.
It really is.
You flip a switch and you expect light. You don't question whether the electricity will work today. You don't stand there, hoping the bulb might illuminate.
No, you just act.
You simply flip that switch with complete confidence because that's how electricity works.
Uh-huh.
This material states it clearly. This isn't hope, this is faith in action. And I have to say, that distinction alone was a real aha moment for me.
It's powerful, isn't it? What's so insightful here is how this material emphasizes that this principle applies regardless of your specific belief system.
Right, that's interesting.
Whether you attribute the functionality of the universe to God or physics, universal energy, or, divine design, the underlying principles of trusting unseen processes and expecting a result from a specific action, they're exactly the same.
So you're saying everyone does this regardless of what they call it?
Exactly. You're already doing it every single day, often without even realizing you're exercising a profound form of trust.
Okay, so if that's the universal principle, let's get concrete and real world with Bob's panini revelation.
Oh, yes, Bob and his panini.
This material tells us about Bob, who orders lunch through an app with total, unshakable confidence. He doesn't know Tanya, who's picking up his order, or Daryl at Daryl's burrito shop.
Strangers, essentially.
Total strangers. And he doesn't understand the GPS routing algorithm or the complex payment processing system. Yet, Bob expects his panini and fries to arrive.
Why? Because he took the steps.
Because he placed the order, payment went through, the system confirmed delivery, and, well, he's done this before, and it worked.
The system is reliable in his experience.
He trusts a process he can't see with people he's never met, using technology he doesn't fully grasp. It was one thing for Bob to trust his panini will arrive, but here's where this concept truly expands. What happens when Bob applies that same unwavering confidence to something as high stakes as job interviews?
Ah, okay. The jump.
That's where I found this source really became profound. It describes Bob thinking, remember how you got that panini, Bob? Have confidence. Expect it.
And this is where we connect Bob's internal shift directly to your experience as the listener. This material tells us Bob shifts from stress, pulling his hair out, wondering, what if I don't get the job?
Which is totally relatable.
Absolutely. He shifts to consciously applying the same energy as my lunch order. Why? Because, well, he submitted his application, he did the interview, he has the qualifications.
He did the required actions.
Exactly. The insight here is that the external action wasn't enough. It was the alignment of his internal expectation with his external actions that radically transformed his experience.
So it wasn't just doing the interview, it was expecting the result like he expected his lunch.
Precisely. His stress plummeted, his confidence radiated differently, and his expectations moved from hopeful wishing to certain anticipation. It's a remarkable blueprint for how we approach any goal.
So if Bob can take that everyday confidence and apply it to something as significant as a job interview, what does this source say about our even bigger life goals or even prayer?
It introduces another powerful, simple analogy. The menu is already set.
Okay, the menu is already set. Tell me more.
It draws clear parallels between ordering food and approaching life's grander aspirations.
How's that?
With a food order, you choose from what's available, right? Payment is required up front. You wait expectantly for delivery.
And you simply don't doubt you'll receive what you ordered, or at least you expect to get what you ask for.
Right. This material posits it works the same way with life and goals. You look for what's promised on the menu. The cost has already been paid. You wait expectantly for delivery, and you don't doubt you'll receive what you asked for.
That line really struck me. You don't order a burrito and then spend the delivery time worrying you might receive a chicken sandwich instead.
Exactly. That simple truth holds a profound insight. The quality of your expectation directly influences your experience. This source isn't just telling us to be positive.
No, it feels different from that.
It is. It's revealing that our internal state isn't just a byproduct of action, but an active ingredient in how reality delivers on our intentions. It's about cultivating an inner certainty that mirrors the external reliability of the system you're engaging with.
And crucially, this isn't about converting anyone to any particular belief system, which this material makes abundantly clear.
Absolutely not. That's a key point.
It's about recognizing the existing, everyday practices of faith that you already engage in without a second thought. Think about it. You get in your car expecting it to start. You send texts expecting them to be delivered.
You go to sleep expecting to wake up.
Exactly. These aren't just habits. They're profound acts of trust. You're demonstrating faith constantly.
That's the crux of it. What this all boils down to is that you inherently trust systems you can't fully see or understand.
Right.
You have faith in processes beyond your immediate control. You expect results based on taking the right actions. It's a deeply ingrained human capacity for practical trust.
Okay, so this deep dive into faith in action naturally brings us to a crucial question. How does this apply when life throws you a real crisis, when things are really tough?
Yes. The source addresses this directly. It uses a striking analogy it calls when the house is on fire.
When the house is on fire. Okay, that sounds intense.
It is, and it draws a very stark distinction between getting stuck in emotional processing and engaging in solution-focused action.
What's the distinction?
Well, the vivid image here is not stopping to journal about how the flames make you feel while your house burns down.
Right, okay. That makes sense. You act first.
There's a time for processing emotions, absolutely, but there's also a time for grabbing the fire extinguisher and getting everyone to safety.
So in this context, this practical faith helps you prioritize.
Exactly. The core message is get to stable ground first, and then you can process the experience from a safe, secure place.
Okay.
The source details this as some of the most loving things you can do. Getting everyone out of danger first, building stable foundations others can stand on.
Like being the strong one in that moment.
Yes, and using every last ounce of your strength, even when you feel most vulnerable, or are operating on pink toes, as the source puts it, to carry people to safety.
Wow, pink toes. That's
Yeah.
evocative.
It is. It's about saving the deep emotional conversations for after everyone is secure. This isn't about being cold or uncaring.
No, it's about effective action in a crisis.
It's about being the bedrock, the calm in the storm, allowing healing to begin from a place of security.
That concept of being the bedrock in a crisis is powerful. But what about the day-to-day? Is this faith in action only for major emergencies, or is it something we can cultivate in smaller ways?
Oh, absolutely. It applies day to day. The source gives us a roadmap for that, too.
Good.
It highlights what it calls the mustard seed moments.
Mustard seed moments.
Yeah.
Like tiny acts of faith.
Precisely. How faith often appears in these small, almost imperceptible everyday actions.
Like what?
It's putting on your house shoes instead of staying in bed, choosing pants over sweats because you intend to go out, grabbing your car keys when you need to go somewhere,
Or flipping that light switch we started with.
or flipping that light switch expecting illumination. These small, often unconscious actions demonstrate faith in normal function, future possibility, and positive outcomes.
It really makes you think about all those micro moments of trust we exhibit daily, doesn't it?
It does. Like my alarm goes off and I just assume it will, and I just assume my coffee maker won't explode.
Right. You don't even question it.
This material beautifully points out your morning routine is a faith routine. You're already practicing these principles. You might just call them reasonable expectations.
So it's reframing those reasonable expectations as acts of faith.
Hmm.
And what's the cumulative effect of all this practical faith? Where does it lead?
Well, the source says when you operate from this kind of consistency, this building block of practical faith, you begin building from stable foundation.
Okay, a stable foundation. What does that allow?
Healing becomes possible because you're standing on solid ground. Growth becomes natural because you truly trust the process. Processing of difficult emotions becomes productive because you're safe enough to feel them without being overwhelmed. And your dreams,
Yes.
they become truly buildable because you're approaching them with an expectation of positive outcomes, like Bob ordering his panini.
Not just hoping, but expecting, based on action.
Exactly. The ultimate result, according to this material, is that you stop setting your own foundation on fire and start building something that lasts. It's about consciously directing the trust you already have towards what truly matters.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? As someone who provided this incredible material, it sounds like, well, this isn't a complicated spiritual theory.
Not at all.
This is simple, practical truth you already live, but perhaps haven't fully acknowledged as a powerful tool.
The invitation embedded in this material is clear. The same quiet confidence you exhibit when your morning coffee is brewing or when that text message is delivered.
That everyday certainty.
That everyday certainty is fully available for your biggest life challenges, your deepest aspirations, and your most ambitious goals. It's already within you.
And the source leaves us with a truly thought-provoking question for you to consider.
Which is?
The question isn't whether you have faith. The question is, what are you choosing to have faith in?
That's powerful. Where are you directing that inherent trust?
So maybe, just maybe, the next time you open that app to order a burrito, remember, you're practicing something pretty extraordinary, and it's a power you can direct wherever you choose.